All right, in this video, we're going to be talking about fractions that are bigger than 1, which may not make a whole lot of sense, but I'm sure you've seen them before. So there's two different ways we can show these fractions. One is as an improper fraction, where the numerator is larger than the denominator. So in the example shown up above, we have two wholes that have been broken up into thirds, and there's 4 of those thirds filled in. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and each whole is broken into thirds. So this is 4 thirds is how that could be written. A mixed number is where you have all the wholes separate and then just a fraction part. So in this case, there is 1 whole and then 1 extra third. So the mixed number version of this would be 1 and 1/3. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how you can translate between them, how you can show that 1 1/3 is equivalent to 4 thirds. We should also note that in a mixed number, 1 1/3 is actually the same as saying 1 plus 1/3. Those are the same idea. It's not multiplication, it's addition going on there. All right, so let's start by converting a mixed number to an improper fraction. So let's say we have 3 1/4. Okay, so to start it off, let's show what this looks like. So I've got 1, 2, 3 wholes that are just all filled in, and then 1 that's just a 1/4. And what I need to do is I need to rewrite this as a fraction that is only in fourths, because that's what my fraction part is. So I need to rewrite this as something out of 4, where there's no whole part at all. So I could just count them up. I could say, oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fourths. Hooray, 13 fourths. But it'd be nice if I had a way to do this that didn't involve drawing out all the fraction bars, because that can get really annoying really fast. So what we're going to do is we are going to think about that 3 and how I can write 3 in terms of fourths. Well, we can see here, this is 4 fourths. Here's another 4 fourths. Here's another 4 fourths. So in all, that's 12 fourths, which should make sense because 12 is 3 times 4. So 3 is equivalent to 12 fourths because 4 times 3 equals 12. And then I have an extra 1/4. So my 3 fourths becomes 12 fourths plus 1/4. Some people like to show this by doing that 4 times 3 multiplication and then adding on that extra top piece gives you 4 times 3 is 12 plus 1 is 13 fourths. I find it easier to think about what's actually happening here, but if you like that method, you should use it. Okay, let's try this again. This time you're going to do it on your own. You're going to convert 2 5/7 into an improper fraction. Do it now. All right, so when I do this, first I'm going to rewrite 2 as 14 sevenths, because I know I want it as a fraction in terms of sevenths. And then I'm going to add it to 5/7, which is going to give me 19 sevenths. If you didn't get that answer, you should probably rewind a little bit and rewatch the explanation from the top. Make sure you understand. Then go ahead and move on. Okay, so now we're going to do it the other way. We're going to convert from an improper fraction to a mixed number. So remember, an improper fraction means that my numerator is bigger than my denominator. So our example is 9/2. So let's go ahead and look at it visually first. So what we're really doing here is we're seeing how many times it takes to get up to 9 halves, how many wholes we get out of that. So here's 1, here's 2 halves, here's 3, here's 4 halves, 5 and 6, I'm trying to get up to 9, 7, 8, and there we are. Finally, we're at 9 halves. So that was 4 wholes and 1 half. So 9 halves is equivalent to 4 and 1 half. Once again, we don't usually want to draw this out. So let's think about what happened here. So first, we saw how many times 2 went into 9. So 2 went into 9 4 times. And 4 times 2 is 8. You subtract 8, you get 1 left over. So it was 4, remainder 1. That's where we get our 4 and then 1 half left over. You can also think of this as how 9 halves is equivalent to 8 halves plus 1 half. And then the 8 halves is equivalent to 4. So it becomes 4 and a half. All right, so now I want you to try it with 21/6. I want you to convert this to a mixed number. Try and do it without needing to draw out the pictures. Pause and then continue when you're ready. So when I did this one, I wanted to think about how many times 6 goes into 21. So I wrote it out as long division. How many times does 6 go into 21? Well, it definitely goes in once, that would be 6. Definitely goes in twice, that would be 12. Definitely goes in 3 times, that would be 18. Does it go in 4 times? That would be 24. No, that's too big. So it goes in 3 times, and 3 times 6 is 18, leaving us with 3 as a remainder. So that means this is equivalent to 3 and 3/6. Now, if you are really paying attention, you will have noticed that 3/6 can be simplified because 3 and 6 have a common factor of 3. So then 3/6 is equivalent to 1 half because you can divide numerator and denominator by 3. So that leaves us 3 and 1 half as our final answer. Okay, for our practice problem, you are going to convert 1 and 9/10 into an improper fraction. Go ahead and pause, do this now, and we will check it in class tomorrow.